Who's here? This one I'm saving for something special. Who dat? Who dare? Spitfire. I don't really know who you are. Wow, he did the same thing to this one. So this is the second knife I've sharpened for the same customer. And the tips on both of them are knocked right off. I got a sneaking suspicion. Oh, it's getting chilly again. I got a sneaking suspicion. I know what happened. Fixtured systems. This isn't rolled over though, so I'll explain to you how I think it happened. Six people. See if we can get it to 30. 30 or 40. Temperature dropped again a little. Gotta get in my YouTube uniform. So what I think happened is, I think on this knife and this knife, I just finished this one. I think on both of these knives, pretty sure I know what happened. I think a fixtured system. And I think they were trying to go. Yep, they were trying to go this way, and on their slide back, I think they just hit the stone, boink, right on the tip, because I can see where it's rolled off, and then it's just broken off. All these are going to require a little bit of correction. This one's really bad, and I'm going to explain to the customer why. Maybe he'll log in. Let's see. This is going to take, well, let's see. It might not. I'm definitely going to do it on this diamond plate instead of doing it on the new stones. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is bad. They've here, let me show you what. Here, let me turn it around. Sandals. I don't wear shoes out here. I'm in and out too much. My wife's Japanese. Shoes off. Go in the house. Let me show you where. Let's flip the camera. And then when I start sharpening, they've spent more time here than in other areas, and they've taken off some material. It's I must this entire angle and repair. There's a good bit of chipping that you don't see at first. It looks like I would say it looks like they used probably this scratch pattern that is, see how it's deeper, the edge? You can't really do that on a fixtured system. It's gonna cause you problems. And I do know that there's some weird light shit going on with this goddamn, I bought a screen protector and now it causes a halo. I don't know why. I think the light hits the glass. I don't know, but just got to deal with that on a live feed. Yep, I have to do a lot of reprofiling on this one. Luckily, it's S35BN. This is a Wii. Couldn't tell you the model. But what they've done is, let me explain it to you, and I can get away with it because of the way I sharpen, and I can marry that back in. But you can't really get away with it on a fixtured system. What they've done is, they've just, see, the scratches were linear. They've just spent more time in one area than another, as opposed to going the full length and marrying it all in. Now, I can focus on an area and then marry it in because I'm not restrained to what the system's capable of. That armature can cause you problems, and I can see it right now. I can show you. There's an entire area at the tip of this knife where my stones, it's not even touching the stone. Right there. Scratch pattern, bare. All the way to the tip. So this is going to require a good bit of reprofiling. There's just no other way around it, especially on a Wharncliffe blade like this. On a Warney, if you don't, you'll wind up with not a Wharncliffe is what you wind up with. You wind up with something that's completely different. So you end up making it into a drop point. So how many people here? 13 people. 13 people that have time in their day to spend it with me. Now it's warming up again. Guys, I don't know if you guys watched it. It has been unseasonably cool the last couple weeks here in San Diego. We actually had days that were well below 40 degrees. Some nights it would be, by the time we went to bed, it'd be 40 degrees outside. And then you wake up in the morning and it's like 34 degrees. I saw it the one day, it was 31 the other morning when I got up. And so it's been hard to do anything out here until the day warmed up. And then the second the sun goes down, it gets cool. So it is warming up, but it's unseasonably cool. Like, you guys in Midwest are like, is this motherfucker really complaining about fucking 30 degrees? So it's probably 55, 60 degrees right now. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people going, is that motherfucker wearing a coat? It's 60 degrees out there right now. I'm gonna try something. Let me see if this will work. I need to put a shade right there, like that. And block that light coming in and hitting that. Because see, I'll figure something out. Wow. Someone really did a number on this one. This one might not be as bad, or as hard to fix as that ZT was. The ZT I just did was pretty bad. So, it's the first live feed I've done in a while. How'd everybody's holidays go? Let me see. Is mine? Sometimes live chat, all business messages are visible. Hey Cody, I wasn't getting the sorry. Too damn busy. Well, I'm not big, because if you guys remember, Christmas Day 2 years ago was when my father passed away, so it's not a great time for us. So, I'm not gonna lie, we put up a tiny little tree, we didn't even decorate it. I have not gotten my love of the holidays back yet. Close this here. Well, hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Let me grab something. I got a pretty cool boss, so let me have a beer every once in a while I'm working. Tell you the truth, guys, I got a 20-pack or a 30-pack in there that Matt brought by before Christmas. I haven't been drinking very much. And I have not had a bottle of whiskey in this house in months. What was I saying about S35VN? Oh, S35VN, it's a lot of times it's easier to deal with than some of the harder steels. So, Matthew! Hey, are you gonna stop by tonight, Matt? What? Huh? That was my friend Yakov, and he put in a... So S35VN is not a super, super hard. Now, WE does their S35VN very well. They do a really good job on their S35VN, way better than it's much better than, say, what was I trying to say? WE's S35VN is way better than, say, Chris Reeves' Sebenza S35VN. And it all is up to heat treat, like I've said a lot of times in videos. But S35VN is nowhere near as difficult to reprofile, resharpen, remove material as, say, 20CV, 204P, and stuff like that. So Matthew is, you've seen Matt, you guys have met Matt. He's been in some of my videos. He's gonna stop by tonight, and what Matt and I are gonna work on is the mystery box idea. And looking at what's good options for those mystery boxes, and then they're gonna be probably about 45 bucks, maybe 50 bucks for 3 knives that, you know, you're looking at. Some of the knives were knives that I've carried, some of the knives are brand new, never been used, some of them were donated to the channel for review and giveaways, but they were just too nice to do giveaways, stuff like that. Cold Steel's S35VN is very good. It's WE Cold Steel. I'd say that's, and then underneath them is like everybody else that makes stuff out of S35VN. I've almost got this edge married back up, but the key to it, the thing with one of these is you got to remove the material off from the entire thing all at the same speed, so you can't really focus. I have to take all the material from here to here off just to adjust that tip. And if you can see it, I don't know. You can't. Let me turn the camera around. Don't mind the mess that you're about to see, but can you see where that tip is just rounded over, just right there at that? I'm gonna have to take off. I'm gonna have to take material off the full length of the blade to address that chipped spot. The only other option I would have would be to grind that down and marry those two angles together, but this blade's been coated and it's a two-tone. Not even gonna try. Now this S35VN blade has got some rust on it. S35VN will rust. That's the thing about stainless steel, stainless. If you want something that's not going to stain, you need to get a nitrogen steel or SM100. Those are your only options. H1, LCN 200 or LC200N, BD1N. Those are your nitrogen steels. They are going to not rust. I mean, you could still get some corrosion, but SM100, the trade-off with that is, per ounce, it's about as expensive as silver. So, was that my buddy Jack? Jack, I got a vaporizer. It's amazing. Devil lettuce per session, and you get so much more out of it. Ask Matt. Matt, tell him. Let's see. Yeah, see? Live. The messages just, it keeps kicking me out of the messages. See, I keep having to message. YouTube's got something wrong with its live feed setup. You guys haven't ever seen a scary face. My daughter has. And it wasn't directed at her. Never really honestly yelled at that child. My wife and daughter are like, stop yelling. And I was like, you haven't seen me yell. Which isn't true because they have seen it, because I did it once at the ice rink when some little boy was harassing my daughter. And I called him off the ice. Understand what he's talking about. And knock a little bit of that heat. Whew, whoever did this. How's that? Can't help it. Not much I can do about it. It's my Instagram feed went great. Ripped who a new nether region? He kept skating up behind my daughter. It was a public skating session, and he was playing hockey, and he kept coming up and harassing her and bothering her. And I went out and yeah, my comments weren't either. We'll see. Did he knock the tip off this one too? Yep. Okay. Know exactly how this all happened. Same issue with this one. Fixtured system. Fixtured system, fixtured system, fixtured system. Tell you right now, I could not tell you. I think it would just I don't like the fixtured system. I think it would make more sense for you to get a bunch of swap meat knives, and I know not everybody has time for that. Not from a business standpoint. I hate seeing somebody do something damaging to a knife, especially a nice knife. That Contigo is a nice knife. That, as much as I don't like Emerson designs, it's or Emerson knives. This design is not a bad design. I don't like the Tonsos that much, but this is not a bad design. This is Emerson. This is a nice knife. Fucking, I hate seeing people just immediately get something like, oh, Matt can tell you, it's not as easy as it might seem. You get a fixtured system and then you think to do anything with it, and you're not. There's limitations. There's a lot of issues with the fixtured systems. And I just wish people would send them to me, not from a financial standpoint. Like I said, I just hate seeing somebody ruin a nice knife or damage it. And, you know, in the big scope of things, it could have easily been avoided by just learning how to sharpen. So, Edge Pros, I don't like the Edge. I like the Edge Pro. I don't like the Wicked Edge at all, because you use it in a manner that is contrary to the proper way to sharpen. And, you know, I get it. For some people, that's all they need. They just need to touch it up. But yeah, Wicked Edge, I don't like. Edge Pro, I don't like. Kami, I don't like the I got a stone from a guy at the same company, the Lansky. So it's yes, you may. The Smith system, the Lansky, they all have a lot of limitations. Yes, Matt, you may bring that by. Kitchen knives usually aren't such a big deal. I will definitely address that Cutco for you. What time you're coming. Here's the thing. I would always say go with the free Cutco sharpener, unless you want something better. If the Cutco sharpening gets you where you're wanting to go, fine. You get free Cutco sharpening for life. He's not gonna do it. It's not gonna be as good, but if it's good enough for you, all means use it. Free is always better than paying me to do it. Is it gonna be a better edge? Yeah, it's gonna be a better edge if I do it. But it's also not free. So, you know what I mean? Are you like an aspiring chef? Probably not. If you are, maybe you get in touch with me. But if it's just that you're using it to cut stuff around the house, now I do have a few people that don't like the Cutco sharpening and bring them to me. I sharpened some of their other kitchen knives, then they got Cutcos, and they're like, "Oh fuck this! Give me, I'm bringing my knives to you." But you know, you figure 25 to 30. You send me a whole set, it gets pricey. I've been known to do bulk discounts, and you know, sometimes I like to do things for my. I'm not gonna lie, I like Cutco knives. They're really comfortable. You get a lot when you get a set of Cutco knives. You really do. They are comfortable in hand. They're well designed. They're not garbage steel. They're not a crappy knife. And the fact that they offer free sharp is kind of an added bonus. But like I said, it depends on what you want from your sharp. If you want it to be like eyelet knives, they are frightening. I usually don't go above. I've had people ask. Well, I mean, a lot of chefs use just the steel because for them, a set of knives is a consumable. And a lot of times they will use knives as a chef. Now, not for a chef, for a cook. Now, a chef, like an actual chef, they're gonna have a nice set of knives. And they're gonna do, you know, of maintenance of those knives. But your average guy that just works at log off this. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. My daughter has a YouTube channel. I haven't put much up lately, but if you can at all do anything on Patreon, please. It's getting harder and harder. Fees are getting more. Her skates, Yakov was enough to get a set of skate boots. The set of blades that we bought were $800. Anything that you guys can help, because right now everything in the Patreon goes to my daughter skating. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't support the channel at all. It doesn't. I can't anymore. It has to go to that. So if there's any way you guys can do that, not doing the e-begging as some people, and like if you want, I know you guys have seen the videos, find my Patreon. It's usually at in the end bubbles of one of my videos. So that being said, we'll stick around with this, but don't be up to end to this live feed because I think my router is. So oh, crap. I keep having to log into... I can't get... There we go. If it was a serrated Cutco, I'd do it with their demonstrations. They would definitely sent back, but it's a large... Okay, yeah. The feed is acting up. Yeah, it's acting up. somebody just phonetically spell out LOL? No, it died for a little bit. Check this. I think there's still a low, so I'm quite getting right. This stone should require. Here's the thing. If you're using a knife properly, you ain't got to worry about the lock strength. I don't know anybody that cuts like this on the spine. It really doesn't matter. It's a selling 100% a it's 100% cold steel. They're the one that started it all. There was a whole big chunk of our history have locks. You had slip joints. You were using that knife the right way, you weren't gonna fucking cut yourself. But cold steel has seemed to make this a big set. The locks are stronger. I'm not gonna lie. That strongest knife out there, lock out there. It's as close as you're gonna get to a fixed blade. But I got news for you. If you need a fixed blade, buy it. Don't expect your folding knives to do what a fixed blade will do. Because they're not gonna. You're gonna be sorely disappointed. And there's companies out there that do that marketing, and fault them. It's good marketing. And those videos, those, you know, those cold hard proof videos, I argue with that. I enjoy watching them. You cannot argue that. And if you're going to make a knife that is that, guarantee that I could take one of my knives that I make out of 20 CB, the in-house heat treated, I leave the tip a little bit thicker. I guarantee I could do any one of those things with that fixed blade knife. Guaranteed. It is very deceptive marketing. I mean, it's not. I mean, they hitched onto something and they made a mint, and I cannot fault them. It's amazing marketing. But to anyone that really grew up relying on a knife, they're going to tell you it didn't matter. Most of my knives never locked or were fixed blades. One of the two. So it's just a matter of, you know, it's a matter of marketing. It's all about marketing. Because I said something on my Instagram feed, and I'm going to try and talk to you about it here. I had talked about I was selling a service, marketing a service, selling a service like I provide is challenging, if not really difficult. And so I was talking with one of the elder of the two Williamson brothers, and he said, how about this? You know, I don't know if you've noticed this. So there's a lot of subscription-based services out there, BattleBox, things like that, where you pay a monthly fee and then you're provided the item. And BattleBox has multiple tiers. And he said, you know what? You may want to think about doing a subscription-based thing. And I talked about this on the Instagram feed, and a couple people said it was a good idea, where it would be just a flat rate, a flat fee monthly for a set period of time that you can't, you know, you can't opt out after a month. And you would basically, I would set a number of knives that is the average. I would figure the average for most people, like what I usually get, which right now I'm thinking about it, it's about 3 to 5. So I need to pick a number that is beneficial to me, and then make that the set, and then there would be no limit. You could send me as many knives a month as you wanted, because I guarantee that there are going to be months where people aren't sending me anything. And basically you would pay that a month for a set period of time, and whether you send me a knife or not, and then you can't opt out for a certain period of time, be a set subscription fee. And then I was in that, you know, you could send me as many knives in a package as you wanted, and there's no additional upcharge. So, and I would have to limit the number of people that would get me a solid base set of I could guarantee on that. What do you guys think? Would that be something that you guys think would be? Let me pull these up. GTG formation. Ciao, everyone. It would only be sharpening. There would be no refinishing, and it would be, you know, the number that I came upon would be based on the highest level sharpening. So, I mean, there's some thought that has to go into it, but, you know, as far as a marketing standpoint, it would have to be something, if I'm going to go to the trouble of doing this, I'd have to have at least a certain, I'm buying in. So, and it would have to be something that would be done through the Crazy Sharp, through crazysharp.com. Once I got to get with Brian and find out where we're at on getting the website up and running, because he managed from there. And once the website's up and running, you guys don't have to start. You guys can stop sending packaging information that you form, or letters with your stuff. Basically, it's gonna. I want to have it set up where you go in, you pay for shipping, print out the shipping and return label, everything from the website. You know, I would love to see it work like that. I don't know. That might be ambitious. So we'll see. But like I said, let me know if that's something you think you'd be. It's just different, you know, different aspects of doing this. Coming into the new year, what I learned from last year, that the business has only actually been for a quarter, the last quarter of last year, the last 3 months of last year. I don't think the logistics would be a hurdle if it's incorporated into the website as an option. If you only are going to want a couple knives sharpened, yeah, stick with just getting a hold of me and sending me just a couple knives at a time. You know? Whenever I get done working, maybe while Matt's here, I'll go back through it and then load it up. You guys take it easy. I'll see you next time. It's been 36 minutes anyway. That's what we'll need. I will talk to you guys later.